If you've been to a Mets game at Citi Field, there's a good chance you've seen superfans MJ and Nancy. For MJ, her love of baseball came from her father.
We used to watch the games together, and that's pretty much how it started.
This tradition continued into adulthood.
My parents lived paycheck to paycheck. As I grew older and I had a job that paid, I would take my dad to the game.
MJ and Nancy began dating in 1997 and instantly bonded over their shared love of the Mets. They both joined the Seven-Line Army, where they would meet other die-hard Mets fans.
That's really when the community started, because like the OG Seven-Liners they've been there for our highs and lows.
One of those lows being the death of MJ's father. MJ recalls Seven-Liners showing up to his funeral.
You wouldn't think you'd find it in this community, but Mets fans are loyal.
Aside from fellow Mets fans, MJ and Nancy have formed relationships with some of the staff at Citi Field.
We might be a little biased, but Citi Field has some of the best staff out there.
It was the staff that looked out for MJ when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's been in remission for more than 2 years.
The staff that we got to know was super supportive. If we needed anything to come out of the cold, to be in a warmer spot, they were always willing to help us out.
MJ and Nancy's Mets-themed wedding included their Mets family.
Our 2 flower girls and our ring bearer are Seven-Liners. So they became part of our wedding. We knew Mr. and Mrs. Met had to come, so we had them show up.
MJ's loyalty to the Mets has been recognized by the organization, the team naming her Fan of the Year.
I couldn't believe it, but when I hung up, the first thing I wanted to do was call my dad.
The couple was also part of the Mets' Building Bridges campaign in 2021 to celebrate Pride Month.
If you're a Mets fan and you don't agree with me, just come to the table. Let's have a conversation. You don't have to leave the table feeling like you've changed, but if you're willing to have an open mind and understand who we are as people first, I think that's where we can start to change things.
MJ and Nancy know it's their responsibility to help nurture the next generation of Mets fans, as MJ's father once did for her.
Yeah, usually if we get a ball from a player, I'll hold on to it. And if there's a kid who's really trying hard, just before they're about to get up and leave, the 2 of us will look at each other and we'll nod and we'll give them the baseball. We're firm believers that kindness goes a long way, and eventually it comes full circle.